It's a privilege and honor to present to you our first speaker, Deacon Tawakia Hawkins.
Shabbat Shalom. You may be seated. May the peace of Yahweh be with each and every one of you. Today I'm going to be talking on drones again. And the reason why I wanted to talk about drones again is because I'm going to go in a little more detail about how they were used, or when they were used, and how they are used. Now, if everyone could turn over to Daniel 12 verse 4, which is on page 684. It says, has been read many times. It says, "But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book to the time of the end. Many will run to and fro, and knowledge will be increased." Now, I have some pictures of robots or drones used back in World War II. And you can see that from that time to this time, they've gotten smaller in size. And you can hear in past sermons about the mosquito drones. Those actually have the ability to insert microchips into your skin without you even knowing it. So that's the knowledge that they have today. Now, robots are used in the military for war. That's their only purpose in the military, is for war. Trying to find what their neighbor is doing so that they can go and take over that country or take over their oil or something like that. Now, ever since the computer that for the military was invented in 1951, was finished in 1951, the rate of robots or drones grew intensely. Now, I have an article about the history of drones. It says, broadly defined, military robots date back to World War II and the Cold War in the form of German Goliath tracked mines and Soviet teletanks. Now, this right here is a picture of the Goliath remote-controlled demolition vehicles. This right here is a picture of the Soviet TT-26 teletanks. You can see that how big they are compared to the ones that we have today. Now, it says the use of robots in warfare, also traditionally a topic for science fiction, is being researched as a possible future means of fighting wars. Already several military robots have been developed by various armies, by the Soviet, by the US, by the Russians. The knowledge is being increased to everyone. It's not just to the United States, although the United States is the greatest country. It's being increased for everyone. Now, MIDARs are four-wheeled robot outfitted with several cameras, radars, and possibly a firearm or two that automatically perform random or pre-programmed patrols around an army base or other government installation. It alerts human overseer when it detects movement in unauthorized areas or other programmed conditions. The operator can then instruct the robot to ignore the event or take over remote control to deal with the intruder, whether it's by shooting them or killing them or something like that. Now, that's the knowledge that they have. If you remember how big the Goliath demolition vehicles were, they were about up to the knee of a man and about this big. Now, today they have the Foster Miller Talon Swords units equipped with various weaponry. And this is a picture of one or three of them that have several different means of firing capability to hurt their neighbor. That's all these things are used for, is for war. This is the armed robotic vehicle. It's a variant of the mule. So that's all the time I have with you today. And just remember that if we're given knowledge, let's not use it for war against our brother. Let's use it for peaceful means. If we have these cell phones, not to criticize our brothers or sisters, it's used for the work, not for war. And with that, I'll turn it over to Deacon Yisrayl for prayer.